Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are back with Ezra, and yes. That's right. Which pup is it who's sick? It's Hayes. Well, there's not a lot we can do but sleep for now, so I'm going to do that. But oh boy, we're gonna have to decide what Ezra's going to do. Also, wow, thank you guys for being subscribed for so long. A lot of you guys have been here for quite a long time, honestly. A year or even more. And that's... It still doesn't feel like we've been streaming for that long, not gonna lie. It still really doesn't. Alright, how is Hayes doing? Okay. 20% in one sleep. It's a little bit concerning. I feel like Ezra is the sort of wolf who's at a crossroads about this because, most of the time, with most of our wolves, and they're, speaking of Hayes, okay, back in the, back. Hold on. Alright, is there more than one of you, or can I just bite the snot out of you? I think I can just bite the snot out of you. Pups in the den? Good, nothing to inhibit my biting. Get out! Get out, Van Winkle! 17M. Yeah, you ain't gonna be 17M for long. You're gonna be 17 dead if you don't leave me be. Get! Alright. Now that that's over and done with, what I was gonna say, sorry, Evie, it's okay. It's okay, baby, hold on. It's okay, Evie. It's okay, come here. You good? Are you good? Evie has been sleeping in my front room, and apparently she heard me shouting and got all upset. Evie, it's okay. Come here, baby. Oh, never mind. It's run and play time again now. What have I done? Alright, we're gonna leave her be. She might start wailing in the front room. She'll be okay. She has been sleeping until literally just now, so, yeah, we'll see. Evie's like, why is mom so mad? Exactly. Does this mean something about Evie? Playtime for Evie? No, I'm sorry, baby. I gotta stream. Yeah, no, we just started just a few minutes ago. Just chased off some Van Winkle wolves already. As I was saying, Ezra's kind of at a crossroads because with most of our wolves, like, they're not the sort who would do something kind of crazy like bringing a pup with them to mark the territory or something like that. Most of them don't have that kind of recklessness. Most of them would rather just stay home. But I'm not so sure if that's going to be true of Ezra or not, and I feel like what he does here is probably going to kind of define to what lengths he goes, because if he does something risky and it works, well, that's some pretty dang good evidence that, that it's worth taking those risks, even if they don't always pay off. But if he doesn't, or it doesn't go well, then that could define whether or not he... Well, and that along with whether or not our pups will stop running into the void, but that could define what he does in the future here, and I'm really not 100% sure what he's gonna do. I have not seen a resub yet, so hopefully it's just loading. Abyss, are you serious? Okay, Gail's gonna puppy manage a little bit, it looks. Oh, did it go through without showing? Okay. Sometimes Twitch is a little bit dumb about those two. It takes it a bit sometimes to go through, just if the algorithm, or not the algorithm, if the if the site's having a bad day, then sometimes it takes a little bit. No, well, thank you for the resub nonetheless. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You have to manually tell it you're okay with it being announced. Don't worry, you're not too late. We really just started here, honestly. We are hanging out with Hayes, who is, at the moment, sick. And Ghost is... No, Ghost, let's not go in the den. Let's not go in the den. And I can't remember if today could be a ranch day or not. I think it could. If I'm not mistaken, it could, but I don't know. I certainly... What is Gail doing? Ma'am? Ma'am? Okay, then. I certainly don't think Ezra would, on his first ever puppy sickness, just immediately waltz straight into the ranch with a pup, but, he's definitely more chaotic than most of our wolves, so I'm not entirely sure what he's gonna do. Also, hello, Evelyn. I don't know if you can hear her running into the room meowing at me. Yeah, we're not gonna have names for a little bit now. We just finished naming the pups the last episode, so it'll be a bit first. Ezra has been doing Cattle Ranch, yes. You all wanted to see him do ranch stuff. So, ranch stuff it is. We're gonna, we're gonna go ahead and have him spend some time at the ranch. But I think what we're gonna do... Hi! I think what we're gonna do is, have him hang out here for the night, and then if she's not doing better by morning, we may have him go mark some territory. He's gonna have to sleep again before doing this, but I think he might take the risk. I get the sense that Ezra doesn't really like feeling tied down, but he also doesn't really want to just give up and not do anything, so I could see him taking some risks here, honestly. Out of all of our wolves, he's the one who probably would. Oh yeah, happy late Valentine's Day to y'all as well. If you're watching this as it goes up, then that was this preview, not last week, this, if you're watching this as it goes up, it was yesterday. If you're watching it when it goes up on the YouTube channel, then it was a week ago. So, indeed. Mate Permadeath is not on. We don't turn it on for our stream wolves, and we also don't turn it on for our ranch wolves, so doubly no it's not. Hi, Gail. Speaking of, here is Gail. Lovely lady. Stopping by to give a little grin and make sure we're doing alright. I definitely think Ezra has a hard time sitting still for this long. He's a very high-energy wolf, and if Hayes hasn't recovered by the time by the time we've slept once more, I don't think he's gonna wait around at the den anymore. Ooh, Reese's. Reese's is good. He has ADHD, I see. A lot of my characters do. They get it from me. Is that an eagle? Nope, 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 nope. Nope, not about... What? Oh, hey, no! Pups, go back in the den. That's not an eagle! That's not an eagle! Oh, goodness gracious. Where did Gale go? I don't even see Gale. Oh, Gale's back up, keeping a lookout again. Huh? Nobody expects a surprise bear attack, I guess. Oh my goodness. Here I thought the eagle was gonna be the problem. No, it's a heckin' bear. It's just a heckin' bear, apparently. Apparently. No, cease this. No, get out. Go on. Go on. Get going. Get going. No, don't chase me. Is he's definitely chasing me. No. Get gone. Alright. Yeah, get out of here. Oh yeah, Gale did take some damage. Yeah, fortunately not an awful amount. I didn't see her get an injury or anything either. But, yeah, not ideal. Really not. Eagles don't attack at night, I don't think either, but it was getting to be dawn, so I was like, wait a minute, does this qualify? Is it light enough? I don't trust that easy in this game. I don't trust with those eagles. I was wondering if it was going to be light enough for an eagle to attack. One person got all the loot. Oh my goodness, well congratulations. Somebody won big from that poll, apparently. Scream at bear, indeed, indeed. Oh, welcome back. I hope you're feeling better. Being sick is not fun. I hope you're doing better now. Alright. We are at 14% wakefulness, and I definitely think Ezra is getting fidgety. He's gonna have to sleep again in a little bit here, but I think once he does... What are you doing? Evie run by and disappear into closet, apparently. She has decided she wants to be involved in this stream, so... Be prepared for background Evelyn, I guess. I think we moved him back into the den. Yeah, apparently. I hadn't even noticed that it was showing up over there. Apparently it's just in the nick of time. Wait, ma'am? What are you doing? Cease! Hayes, come back! I can't spend time with you when you go right in the den! There we go. Alright. Yeah, I definitely think Ezra's feeling kind of antsy. I do not foresee him staying at the den for another night. Or for another day after sleeping. I think if Hayes does not recover by then, he is probably gonna go. And in fact, oops. What is my frickin' key? I've been playing other games and getting used to other control schemes lately, and it kind of shows. Ooh, Gale is on 61%. We are gonna have to hunt as well. That's the bad part about this, is hunting is not so easy to do with a pup. I think we might sleep a little bit early, and then have a little bit more energy for the next day. What are the fleas at? 25%. Yep, we do have to watch out for the dogs as well. They are a potential danger. Indeed. Oh yeah, we gotta put him in the pole as well, that's right. Alright. Now daytime. Territory is decaying a little bit, so what we're gonna do... And then we're gonna yoink. And we're gonna do something a little bit foolhardy, because Ezra would. Of course he would. Yeah, the dog attacks, I've not experienced them on camera. I've experienced them off camera, and they're a little bit scary, not gonna lie. They can be kind of scary. Okay, where are we going? Wrong way, apparently. We're gonna go down this way. Get a good introduction to the ranch. Not in the ranch, though. I don't think Ezra's that brazen just yet. Who's to say what the future will bring, but I don't think at the moment, at least, he is quite so bold as to then go and go straight to the ranch with a puppy. Alright, that was fortunate. She walked in the water, just flowed down. Whoop! Did not mean to dunk you in the water, my dear. Ezra just kind of dunks her apparently as he's picking her up. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think the dog attacks are very common. Hello? Oh, that's a mama bear. No, we ain't about that. I don't think they're very common, but every once in a blue moon you get them. Just depends on the timing. Alright, where is the... Oh, the scent post is over this way anyway. Got distracted by the bear. But yeah, they're a little bit of a time, not gonna lie. We're probably not gonna get super far, and we will have to hunt... We'll have to hunt by the next time, because the pups are at 80%, so we could go one more sleep. But, yeah, we'll have to, we'll have to make sure we do that the next time for sure. Although... The silver herd. Boy, that's a herd name you rarely see around here. I don't know where the gold herd is. I think we're going to be better off not trying to hunt with a puppy, though. I think that's kind of a recipe for disaster, potentially. So I think we want to be a little bit careful. How do you keep the puppy from walking away when you're hunting? This is why I don't hunt with a puppy. You will probably notice that when we do set Hayes down, and as we're gonna have to do in a second here, she is gonna beeline back for the den. You can see she's gonna turn around and start walking back. So you do have to watch out for that. That's why I don't like the hunting, because you can't woof them into the grass at this stage, unless you have all your pups on a journey. From your observation, the dogs seem to be a little closer to Coyote's strength, but have determination closer than wolves, will grab like wolves instead of just nip and dodge like coyotes. That's a pretty accurate assessment. I see them as somewhere in between coyotes and wolves. Oops, nope, that's not where we're going. Yeah, they're somewhere in the in-between between the coyotes and wolves. I think. I think they seem a little stronger to me. They definitely deal more damage. But they're not quite on the same power level as wolves. Guess we're hanging out in Ghost Town for a bit. May as well put the scent post over here. I'm gonna add something where the puppy doesn't bolt back to the net. I think this is, I mean, I think that's kind of more what makes sense. This is, what we're doing now is atypical behavior for a wolf, which is why I don't have a lot of wolves that will do this. It's really not what most wolves would do in a real life situation. I mean, obviously in a real life situation, it's not like they're worrying about a companionship boost anyway, but it's a little bit too anthropomorphic to have a wolf that does this on the regular, I think. So that's why I don't do it very often. Not a lot of our wolves will, it's just a select few. I just think Ezra qualifies for that because he's a bit of a weirdo to begin with. Alright. Whoop, made it good. Alright, we've got one more territory hex to mark, and then I think we'll try to head back. More of a pest than coyotes, but not as big of a threat as wolves are. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty solid assessment of the stray dogs, I think. Kind of funny in the dachshund's case, though, you think they'd have fox level health with their much smaller size. Yeah, they are a little unexpectedly beefy. Definitely got some little dog syndrome, though. That's true, though. Reen pointed out that they're bred to hunt badgers, which are very ferocious animals. No. Stay away from me. Yeah, that is true. So they have to be kind of tough little guys. They have to be feisty little things. Alright, where is the scent post? Over here. What is Hayes' health at? 51% at current, so not great, but could be worse. We're not in the truly scary part yet, but we've probably still got a bit for this sickness to run as well. So, could get worse, or could get better. Yeah, we'll have to see. It feels a little bit short for the sickness to end at this point, so I'm guessing we're gonna have at least one more sleep and maybe one more period of wakefulness as well before we know if she's gonna be okay. But definitely a concern, just a bit. Yeah, we're definitely hoping. She looks like she could have an NPC coat too, I'm not sure. But I would like it if you would survive long enough for us to find out. Hopefully. Obviously, that's not the only reason, but I don't know. It feels like it's always the pups that have... The pups where you really want to know what the code is going to be are always the ones that get right into danger. I'm amazed that Ezra himself made it, but Ezra's also Ezra, so in a way that's not surprising. Somehow he's both the most likely wolf we have to die and the least likely at the same time. He's just whatever's gonna be the most chaotic option, I think. Didn't Cassie on the YouTube series have a pup named Hayes too? Yes, she did. In fact, I want to say Hayes might be the litter one heir from that. So I don't regulate the Twitch stream name suggestions too much. Like, I want to leave you guys with a lot of freedom for it. However, sometimes that backfires and we do get repeats. No, it's okay. No, you're good, you're good. It happens. It happens. It's a good name. It is a good name. Was that more bears? No, it's a moose this time. That's not better, but okay. There's like 4 hurricanes. Yeah, we have at least 3. It could be higher than that. There was Katari's pup who died. There's Hurricane the other stream channel wolf. And there's Hurricane Tempest Mate. So there's at least 3 of them that I know of off the top of my head. Could be more than that, but I don't know offhand. Is there 4 now? Where's the 4th one from? Oh my goodness. There's one side series. Oh no! Alright, so 4. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on compiling all of this into a wiki. It's a lot of info to put together, but I'm gonna be continuing to do that so that hopefully we have a better reference. Alright. Well, that was that. That was about all of our energy for the day. Oh my goodness, I did not mean to play Bao, like, on top of her, but she just plopped down. Her wakefulness compared to everyone else, yeah, 0. Compared to 50 to 90. That's a bald eagle. We don't have to worry about those. Yeah, Katari had a pup named Hurricane. What is wrong with you two? Why do you keep doing this? You disappear into the void. Successful mission, for the time being, at least. Okay, Gale is watching them. This is what happens when two very bold, energetic wolves have puppies. It's a little bit scary. Ghost! Are you kidding me? No, Hayes. Hayes, what are you doing? They disappear into the abyss. Yeah, they sure heckin' do. Just running off into the wilderness together. Apparently. Oh my goodness. Trying to get the affinity up. Oh, Hayes just flops down while we're waiting here. Alright. Yeah, I did remember that original hurricane. Okay. Okay. Really? Really? Y'all are gonna do this, eh? Cease. Why are you like this? Ghost, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Dude, thank you, Gale. Oh my gosh. Gale, where are you taking the pup? Yeah, these two are partners in crime. It definitely seems. Alright, get back here. That's just a stump. Gale, what are you doing? She's Simba'd him. Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't see that. I was distracted by the boys vanishing. But that's really cute. Yeah, let's go. Dad will never find out. Yeah, you thought. Oh my goodness. Ezra certainly is gonna have his work cut out for him with this chaotic bunch. Oh, and Journey has the clown shoe. Yeah. I think that the collectible just says shoe. It's a little bit... It's a little bit underpreparing for what you're actually about to encounter when you find it. Slight bit deceptive. I mean, technically not really deceptive, but, you know, it's a bit of a lie by omission. Journey! Goodness, not again! Oh my word. Alright, are we able to feed these guys? No, we're not. Okay, I think we're just gonna wait then for... Yeah, we've got a little bit of wakefulness left. I don't want to try to sleep early again, because we're starting to get to the point where I think it could be an issue. On this, you know, both sides of the illness, we still got the full amount of wakefulness. Hayes? Hayes went in the den again. I turned my back for 3 seconds. The second I look away. Oh my goodness, yeah, we are already pretty close to halfway. How heavy are these guys? Oh, we really have a lot of litter left ahead of us here. So let's see. Are we at... We're at 1%, so a little bit more here. Oh, Abyss has got the shoe now. At some point I would like to find more collectibles if we have time for it. And I really hope that Hayes recovers, because if not, we might have to leave her home to go hunt. We are running low on food. And especially if we have a cattle ranch hunt here, which we might, if it stays nighttime. We'll see. If it stays night... Alright, fleas. Oh boy. 28%. Alright, I think we're gonna have to send these guys back in the den. We're gonna do another ranch run really quickly here. Gale, let's make sure. What are you looking at over there? You see something? Hopefully not. Alright, we gotta make this quick. We really gotta hurry. They don't want to be away for too long. But I think a ranch run is going to be our best option right now, because it's hopefully going to be fast. As long as we're not caught in there until the first light. Because that would not be good. I think we have 2 ADHD wolves. Honestly, really seems that way, doesn't it? Okay. We gotta hope that this run goes very smoothly, because there's not gonna be a lot of what in the fresh heck. You know what? I don't have time for this nonsense. Y'all get an 8 today. You're gonna be around here. I have such a mixed relationship with the gold herd, because they're either right where you need them to be, or they're never where you need them to be, and it's just... What the heck? Y'all seeing this? What in the fresh heck? Ow. Oh my goodness. I've not had that happen before, not gonna lie. Yeah, 2 of them there. I'm kind of tempted to kill them both, but the thing is, I think those carcasses are gonna get eaten. They'll draw too many predators, I think. Alright, well, maybe we won't do a ranch run today. Sorry for baiting y'all on that. Yeah, I think they are both low health, but I've never seen 2 that have been that close together. Alright, this is just a little bit quicker and easier here, and it is the gold cow elk. Yep. Yep, this is the gold herd. They're weird. They are so weird. I never know what to make of them. I swear this is like a heckin' ghost herd or something, but hopefully that'll be fitting for the Lost Fog pack. Alright. Let's hurry back. Yeah, scale is at 100%, or yeah, 125. We do have to prioritize getting back to Haze. Yeah, as much as I would love to do a ranch run right now, that was just faster. Factually, so. So, we'll do a ranch run the next night. It also, I was a little bit antsy about how much time we were even gonna have left. Oh, Haze is healthy again! Yes! Alright, maybe we won't go all the way back then. Thank goodness. Alright. We'll just go on a little bit of a territory quest then. Maybe not a long one. I can't get out of the creek, excuse me? Alright, come on. There we go. But yeah. Let's see if we can mark the... There's one territory hex that was decaying a little bit, and then we'll come back. And hopefully, we'll do a ranch run the next night. Just because I would like to, I'd like to keep doing that. I think it seems to be a pretty good source of food in Ezra's mind. Are we on? Hey, thanks for the resub. There it goes. Was that for the one from earlier that hadn't gone through? Refresh my memory. How many ranch runs have we done? Is it 1 or 2? I think we've only done 1, right? Just 1. Okay. Just trying to keep track of how frequently we've gone, how much we've annoyed the rancher, and how much he is likely to strike back. Can maybe try for one a stream and see. That'll probably be about how it works out. You can't hunt there every night because the rancher will put the cows up, after you... I think it's every time you make a successful kill, it seems like they go back. So, we can't hunt there every single night, but, you know, we'll get through a couple days in the course of a stream. It works out about right. Haze did recover, yes. Fortunately, just a little bit ago as we were headed back to the den. But yeah, sometimes Twitch be wild and slightly can be a little bit of a pain. Are we? Yeah, definitively we should be in this territory hex. You vividly recall 2. Okay. Okay. Maybe it has been 2. Alright. I couldn't remember if we'd done one with Pinecone yet. I think, yeah. See, guys, though, look, it's getting to be light even before our wakefulness bar is done, which is the other reason that I didn't want to do a ranch run tonight, because we already slept through half the night. So... Oh yeah, okay, so probably 2 then. Good to know, good to know. Whoop. Ah. You do remember Pinecone? Well, I know the confusing thing about Ezra is we also did the community event with him, and that was many, many ranch runs all at once. Okay, so it seems likely that we've done 2. I suppose we'll see. We'll see if there's any obvious deterrents, because I think those start... Seems like those show up on the 3rd attempt, usually. They start showing up then. The P-Fest, goodness gracious. WolfQuest was like, we're not gonna enable PvPs so that you guys don't harass each other and cause problems until we actually have, like, I don't know, I can't remember. I thought at one point they talked about adding it as a game mode for Towerfall, but I don't recall. Does anybody else remember something like that? I don't remember if anything's ever planned to come of that, but they didn't turn it on, probably in part because, you know, we don't want people menacing each other, and WolfQuest players immediately were like, what can we do? Hey! I just find that funny. PvP would be cool. Probably technically challenging as well, though. And yeah, I agree, it should be locked to at least a setting, if not a game mode. Because, unfortunately, you're always gonna have people who will use it to be a nuisance in a bad way. Like, there's nothing wrong with funning around in a funny way, as long as everybody's on board for it. Hayes has found the shoe. Great. Love that. Love that for her. However, yeah, there's also people who will use it to be a nuisance in a bad way, and so that's something you always have to account for with a feature like that. Okay. I'm gonna sleep again. We're gonna see if we can sleep till the next night, and then we'll try to do a ranch run. Took a while to find the fence hole, but they did get through and get a calf kill in the first run. Second run is Philip on what remained of that calf, and the hole was easier to find that time. Oh, that could be. That makes sense. Pack versus pack battles in PvP would be cool. If they can handle that many wolves running around causing shenanigans, it would be so cool. Alright, yeah, we should be fine. A lot of WolfQuest players in public games can be immature. I think that's the case with any multiplayer game. This is part of why I don't do, like, just random multiplayer games on this channel generally. Like, I've played 1 or 2 episodes of The Isle. I don't know if I've played any other actual MMO-styled games. But, like, my experience with them has been... Oh, I played some multiplayer Minecraft before, like, on a server. I did the Disaster server one time. That's a lot of why I don't do multiplayer on YouTube. Because if it's not people that I know, it's really hard to find people that are gonna adhere to the, I guess, the standards that I hold my content to, especially being family-friendly / all ages. Most people in games are not that. Most people aren't. And, you know, it is what it is. It's just caused me to make some decisions about my content and why I do it in the way that I do. But that's why I don't do a lot of just open multiplayer stuff on the channel, and that's, you know, it's one of the reasons that the multiplayer events that we do are restricted to the sub-server. Part of it is it's a nice way of saying thank you for the people who support the channel, but it also kind of takes up the pressure of me having to figure out how to schedule and run big events with the whole community all the time. So it's more practical for me, but it's also more practical in that it's a little bit more of a closely vetted community, I guess, because we're pretty familiar... Oh, here we go. Pretty familiar with the folks in that server, and generally tends to be a bit more of a serious... Well, I'll be darned. Alright, then. May as well mark this. Well, talking about finding the fence fast. The hole in the fence fast. But yeah, that's part of the logic that goes into it. I get a lot of people who ask if I'll ever do, like, bigger multiplayer events with the community, and I'm not 100% opposed to it, but it would take a lot more technical coordination, I guess. And it'd have to be in, like, a game like Meta, where there's not chat or anything like that, and there's very limited opportunity for people to be toxic, I guess. So that's just part of why I'm so careful about what's the wind direction? Hold the phone. Oh, no, 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 no. But yeah, that's part of the logic there, because I get that question a lot, and I don't always get the chance to do it justice in my answer. But that's a lot of the reasoning that goes into it. Yeah, I used to, like, okay, when I was, like, in my preteen to teenage years, I used to do a lot of WolfQuest multiplayer. Some of it was pretty affectionately cringe. We had fun. It was not very serious. It was sometimes very interesting, but, you know, it can be... It kind of just depends. It can be very hit or miss. Oh, Pinecone's kind of close is the problem here. These calves, if they move farther away, would be very good options. Right now they're too close to the cows, I think. And Pinecone's a little too close to them. People on public multiplayer for WolfQuest aren't usually as ridiculous as those in public Among Us. When we first found out about Among Us and were looking at it as an option to play with the multiplayer group, we were kind of just testing it out. Not everybody was available that day, and so Zach and Lynx and I were like, oh, let's play Among Us, but we only have 3 people, so there's not enough to constitute a full game. And they were like, well, let's play public multiplayer. And I was like, I've had strange experiences in public multiplayer games. Weird stuff happens to me. And they were like, oh, okay. I'm still down to give it a try. So we gave it a try, and immediately I had the most absolutely buck wilds experience pretty much possible. And they were both just like, Jay, what the heck? How did this happen to you? I don't know. I have a curse of multiplayer games, I think, in addition to them just being generally interesting at times. Somehow I have a tendency to find weird experiences just by virtue of being there. So, anyway, YOLO! Oh, crud. Okay, this might not be great. This is not great. Alright, we are gonna run. So, new change of plans here. We are gonna run, and we're gonna come back the next night to get food. We might still have a carcass, but I'm not 100% sure. We just need to move quickly here. Yeah, YOLO went badly. The thing that was with that, the reason that went so badly is because, oh no, I don't want to be swimming right now. The scent trail, was in Pinecone's favor, I think. That was why I didn't want to go for that calf originally. I thought maybe we'd have the time because it was the only one far away from the rest of the herd. But unfortunately, no. We'll just eat off this carcass for the next time, and then we'll sneak back in there the following night, and Pinecone shouldn't be around. We haven't seen Pinecone before. Pinecone is a little stinker. He is objectively a good lad doing his job. However, he is also a rival, because his job is the opposite of mine. But yeah, that's... Long story short, this is why I don't play a lot of major public multiplayer games. And again, like, to those of you guys who are watching and part of the broader community, I think most of y'all are pretty fine and cool from what I've seen. Generally, I feel really fortunate that my community has been as chill as it has been, because a lot of YouTuber communities can be really toxic at times, and I'm really thankful that broadly that's not the case for my channel. Every once in a while there's a bad apple, usually not that big of a deal. Very, very rare that I've actually had to handle too many issues. So I really appreciate that for the most part my community is the way that it is. It just does get harder when you open it up, just by default, opening up to a broader... You know, if you're opening up to a broader percentage of people, if 1% of a population... If 99% are fine and 1% is going to be weird or not great or toxic. Oh, you did finish what you're reading. Okay. You know, if you have 100 people, that's one person. If you have 1,000 people, that's 10 people. If you have 10,000 people, you then have 100 people. And so the bigger a community grows, this is why you get mega fandoms known for being toxic that shall not be named here. But regrettably, I've been a part of a few of them, and that really put me off from fandom as a whole, because I watched these things decline and go, oh, this is not great, actually. That's, I think, why you get those mega fandoms that seem to be so messed up, is because there's just such a large such a large number of people that the percentage of people who are going to be weird or toxic is it's a high number, even if it's a low percentage. Even if 99% is fine, the bigger that group grows, the more people are going to fall into that 1% that isn't, I guess. Not to go off on a whole rant about this, but yeah, that's I think part of what contributes to issues in big multiplayer games. It just is gonna depend on what kinds of people are involved, and it can be hard to find good ones sometimes. Every YouTuber has a certain percentage of toxic fans. When the fan base gets larger, so does that small toxic margin get more people. Exactly. And they tend to be a vocal minority. That's the thing, too, is, like, broadly, most people can be chill, and the people who don't want to cause problems often do so by not, you know, like, not speaking up if they're not having a problem, I guess. Which is fine, I'm not condemning that, but that does mean that when somebody is speaking up about issues, like, it's a form of bias, I guess, that the people who complain get heard more than the people who are fine and not complaining about anything because they don't perceive anything to complain about. So that's something that you have to be kind of aware of when you are, when you're a YouTuber, you're in-game design or whatnot. You have to be aware that just because you see a lot of complaints, you have to look at the people who aren't complaining too and figure out what percentage of people are actually the ones complaining, and is this something where most people are actually being fine and just a few people are whining about it. Or, you know, sometimes it can be a legitimate complaint, but, you know, you have to learn how to assess that, and that can be a challenge sometimes. So that's part of the complicated factors that go into this kind of a thing. The unfortunate thing is the toxic and extremist people are often the loudest, yeah. If you have 1 million followers, that's 10,000 toxic people, yeah, exactly. And that's assuming that it's 1%, you know, I just picked that number for the sake of easy calculation. So that's kind of why I think it's so easy for larger fandoms to get a bad rap, or for why online multiplayer games, and then... Who goes there? Who goes there? I see you. What do you mean? Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ghost, what in the heck? Sir? Sir? Cease this? Cease this? I got real scared for a second when it would not let me bite. Nope, you get. You get. Alright. Yeah, and again, like, there's nuance to this. As Rain said, it's important to not label people as once toxic, always toxic, block the person, let them live. Hopefully they'll discover their behaviors and get them any good attention. That's a thing, too. A lot of people who are toxic, they're either, you know... there's a lot of reasons somebody can be toxic. Some people are genuinely like that, but a lot of them, I think, either just haven't learned well, or have been dealing with unhealthiness directed at them that has caused them to either respond with unhealthiness or not realize that it's unhealthiness. You know, it's complicated. People are complicated. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. And, like, that's a thing that I genuinely hate about the way the culture tends to... You know, the culture likes to go and decide that if somebody has made one mistake, that they are therefore the worse forever. And, like, there are cases when a significant amount of caution is warranted. There's certain types of mistakes that do need to be treated with a bit more seriousness, especially when they involve issues of actual legality. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying caution is wrong, and I'm not saying that if someone wrongs you, you always have to find restoration. You do need to make your peace, and I am a firm believer in forgiveness. You need to forgive. I believe you need to forgive, but that doesn't always mean that everything's going to go back to the way it was with that person. There are some mistakes that, unfortunately, can damage a relationship beyond repair, and sometimes forgiveness means I forgive you for what you did and you're never going to be part of my life again. You know, it is what it is. But at the same time, whether or not you find that restoration, whether or not there's ever reconnection in that regard, I still think it's so much better to, like, I don't know, I don't like the idea of wishing for someone else's downfall because they've wronged you. I would much rather they find their own peace and healing and recovery from whatever the heck was causing them to be that way. I hope that they, in the end, get things sorted. I would rather they heal and recover than, you know, and learn to grow and be a better person than to just, I don't know, just sit in it and suffer. Yeah, I'm not articulating this very clearly, but I guess the thing is I wish we had more grace for people who have made mistakes or genuinely caused wrongs, because I guess at the end of the day, my end hope is that everybody would someday find healing and recovery from that. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm herding puppies here. Struggling to keep these guys all in a line here. Yeah, thank y'all for coming. Yeah, forgive, don't forget, don't let them assume forgiveness means they can try to get away with the same toxic things again. That's pretty much, yeah. You want to keep your brain turned on. You want to hope for the best, but you don't always want to expect it, and if somebody's going to continue in the same toxic lines of behavior, sometimes that means that you end up walking away, and you say, I'm not dealing with that anymore. But I hope that means you don't hate them for it, and I guess it's my hope for everyone that you can get to a place of hoping the best for even those who've wronged you, because I just feel like that's a much more peaceful perspective, I guess. You know, and no, like, you know, that doesn't, I don't mean that to be incompatible with injustice either, because injustice says that when there's a wrong should be righted, but it's a complicated thing with layers to it. You live by the statement that life is way too short to hold grudges. You don't have to like the person, but you never know what could happen the very next day. Yeah, that as well. Oh, I'm sorry about that too. Yeah, and it is always sad when you part ways, be it for a time or forever. Sometimes it's necessary. Ideally, you find a way to do that without holding ill will, but sometimes you still, at the end of the day, have to say, you know, this isn't healthy, and I have to do what's going to be important for my own health and well-being. So, you know, I feel like there's just more nuance to it than culturally we like to make it out to be. There's a lot more depth to it than this mob mentality perspective of this person did a bad thing, therefore they are a bad person forever. I wonder how many people would hold to that if they were the one who'd made a mistake. Would they still support that mob mentality if it was directed against them? Because I really think that it's only getting us bad places. I don't think it's taking us anywhere good. I think it's creating a very divisive society that's very torn against itself and quick to lash out tooth and nail, and I think that's just gonna get people hurt. I'm human. Y'all are human. We all make mistakes. I've made mistakes. And the fact is, looking back at my life, there are a lot of things that I do differently, and some of those mistakes I've had the grace to make around people who who I know will support me through it. But not all of them are gonna be. You're gonna see me make mistakes even here in public sometimes. The nature of presenting myself publicly in any capacity. You're gonna see me mess up. It's part of being human. And I hope that at some point we learn to not put especially content creators on such a pedestal, because I feel like then there's that crushing weight of expectation that can come crashing down on top of it too. And that just makes me sad. It really does. Because the other thing too is when somebody does make a genuine mistake and then are met with such hostility turned against them, I feel like it also lessens the chance that they will actually learn from that mistake, because if all they're being told is that they're a terrible person and everyone rightfully can and does hate them for it, then I feel like it's very easy to it can be easy in some cases to internalize that and just double down. If you want somebody to change, if you want someone to not be the way that they are, you have to give them the option to be different. You have to give them that chance. I feel like we've really lost that. Anyway, that was a soapbox. Holy cow. Did not intend to go off on that today, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Yeah. And I hope too, there's been some personal anecdotes in the chat. I really hope that you guys are able to find healing through that. And that the people who've wronged you do too. I mean, at the end of the day, I hope we're all able to continue to grow and to learn from our mistakes, even from the mistakes of those around us, rather than just condemning it as a one and done deal. And that goes back to where Rain originally brought it up, to even toxic fans and fandoms. You know, yeah, that's a sucky thing to do to someone. But at the end of the day, I still hope those people figure out that, hey, what I was doing was pretty sucky. I was being a jerk, and I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to learn to not be a jerk around other people, and I want to learn to not be a jerk, I guess, to put it very simply and very lightly. I hope that even those toxic fans in my community and any community eventually learn what it's like to be a healthy fan, and to not have to sit in that toxicity. Anyway, we are kind of coming up on the end of the episode here. I think the sun's coming up. Please remind me that we have a calf in the cattle ranch. I did not get to Howell to market, but please remind me that we have that there, because I will forget. I'll have to go back and get that the next night here. I think it's healthy to talk about some more depressing things sometimes. I just hope I can talk about them in a manner that's going to have the due nuance and be understandable. Like, sometimes words are hard. And again, like, as I'm articulating this, I'm talking off the top of my head. I'm not going to say it perfectly. It's probably not going to encompass all the nuance that it possibly could. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. This is kind of me trying to articulate a little bit about the way that I see things, I guess. So, we get to watch cute puppies this time, yes indeed. Oh, well, thank you guys. And y'all are really sweet. Like, again, I do feel very blessed that I have the community that I have, because broadly, you guys have really not given me very many issues. A lot of y'all that I've gotten to know, that I've seen on the regular, are just genuinely, y'all are great. And I am thankful that I haven't had too many issues at this point thus far in the channel. It's been a big blessing for sure. Parents for once, are you gonna play and not the pups? Yeah, I think we wore them out. We're gonna have to go ahead and sleep here, but we'll leave that for the next time. So I'll go ahead and leave this off here for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and drop a follow at jzx535.twitch.tv or at twitch.tv so that you can see when we're next going live. But I will see you guys next time, and until then, this is Jay, over and out.